from the movie The Shining. And I think it's a super full moon in Gemini. So we're in a super full moon in Gemini, and the twins card come out from the Shining movie. So let's see. We got twins, we got Forbidden, and Children of the Night. All right. Dracula, Candyman, The Shining. One of these movies could be a confirmation. Something's going on with like two different timelines. Or maybe it's two different narratives. Maybe for someone else, there's two different versions of you. Maybe you're seeing this pattern with something, but in a different person. I could even be talking to someone that has Gemini in their chart. Make sure, I feel like in this super full moon in Gemini, you need to make sure you're not repeating like old patterns, old energies, old patterns, whether it's with yourself or with other people. Okay, some of you need to reflect on that, possibly during this super full moon in Gemini. I'm also picking up the energy of a brain overload. I don't know, someone's mentality being overloaded, someone's brain being overloaded. Something could be going on also with like an urban legend or something to do with obsession or trauma. Something that's repeating. Maybe there's an urban legend that's repeating, a obsession that's repeating, some sort of trauma that's repeating. That could be amongst the collective energy. That could be with you personally. That could be with someone that you know. Someone here needs to know that, like Candyman, like when you say his name, he appears, right? Someone needs to know that what you repeatedly speak about, what you repeatedly post about, what you repeatedly, sorry, I thought I got disconnected there for a second. What you repeatedly think about even is exactly what you're conjuring up. Some of you could say a person's name or think about a person and they just literally show up or they appear. Some of you could be feeding something too. Like if you talk about maybe an ex of yours, maybe just a person in your life. It's like when you talk about it or think about it, you can feed into it because some of y'all are literally that powerful. Make sure you're not going back to toxic people. During the super full moon in Gemini, do not go back to toxic people. Also something to do with doom scrolling. Make sure you're not doom scrolling. Make sure you're not getting into internet drama. That could be for somebody else. Also be careful at poking at spirits. I don't know if somebody here is like a ghost hunter or something or a paranormal investigator, but I'm hearing don't go around poking at spirits or something. If you're not like actually interested in those spirits, that could be for someone very specific. But somebody here needs to know that what you keep saying or naming or thinking about, you're summoning it. And it's kind of like spirits, like, okay, whose name have you said 5 times in your head this week or 3 times in your head? Who have you thought about several times this week? Whether it's a person, maybe it's a fear, maybe it's a situation, maybe you're feeding something, like almost, some of you could be turning something into like an urban legend energy, because like you could be accidentally or unconsciously feeding something because you don't realize how powerful you are. Others of you do know how powerful you are, but maybe someone here needs a reminder. Something also, that band Baja, that goth band, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Baja, the Bella Luigi's Dead song could be a confirmation for someone here as well. Or Dracula, 1931 Dracula could be a confirmation for someone. Something about, you could be a night owl, you could be alternative or goth, you could be witchy, you could be a black sheep, you could be an outsider. Some of you are going to be finding like your own like spooky little soul tribe. But make sure you're not romanticizing the dark. Some of you could be drawn to the dark, but make sure you're not completely romanticizing the dark. Like don't like glamorize your pain, or don't stay in some sort of suffering just because it feels familiar, or don't like suffer for like aesthetic reasons. I don't know who I'm talking to right now. Could be talking to a much younger person. um I don't really know who that message for or how old they are, but it kind of made me think of, I just saw, and this isn't to make anyone feel bad, okay? But I just saw in my head, that episode of South Park, the Goths, like the goth group in South Park, where they like try really, really hard to like be upset all the time or something, or like in a dark headspace all the time. I don't know. That could be significant. Or maybe some of y'all need to be careful of that. Like if you're somebody that has an alternative or gothic aesthetic or interest or something, or if you're a witch, or if you're a night owl or black sheep or outsider, like it's good and okay to find your soul tribe of other black sheep, or your soul tribe of other spooky bitches or something like that. Like you can have a soul tribe in these type of communities, but you also need to be careful, because sometimes, you could be entering a goth community, or I don't know, I could even be talking to someone that's into like that vampire stuff that goes on, like the whole like, what is it, I don't know, like the vampire aesthetic, or the vampire like role play. I know they have like vampire masquerade balls in like New Orleans and stuff like that. um like you guys, you can have these communities or these soul tribes, but also be aware, just like any other community, there's going to be good and bad. So just be careful. Like if you have a community or a group that's a bit darker or a bit more outcasted or something, just have discernment is all I'm saying, because you may end up attracting someone that has similarities to you, but they could have like a parasitic energy to them, or a obsessive energy, or a lurking energy. So just have discernment is all I'm saying. Or make sure that you're not like linking up or befriending people that maybe they romanticize their pain or glamorize their pain or something. Maybe they look at these things as having some kind of depth, but that's not going to align with you. Like you can be attracted to the dark or the goth or the alternative, or you can be a witch or a black sheep or an outsider, but just have discernment with whoever your soul family is, your tribe is. Because there is something about your frequency or your energy or your aesthetic where you're calling in other people that have that darkness as well. And some of these people are going to be your soul family, but some of them are going to be straight up energy vampires. So this could be just a message mainly of like discernment here. But I'm also getting this energy too, where some of you need to make sure you're not repeating some sort of patterns from your past, or people connected to you. Make sure they're not doing this. Um, if it's someone that's really, really close to you, like a family member or a partner or something. But I could even be talking to someone who's in a hotel room or is booking a hotel room, going to one right now. That could be a confirmation for somebody. Yeah. Ooh, I just heard an old pattern of meeting up with someone at a hotel room. What? Someone needs to not meet somebody at a hotel room, because you're going to be repeating an old pattern. I don't know who that's for. I didn't mean to call anybody out, but that's what I'm specifically seeing for somebody here. But also, so yeah, don't be repeating some sort of old energy or old person, old pattern, old behavior, something. And also be very careful and mindful of the things you say, the things you think about, because you could be feeding that person or that energy. Like when they say Candyman a bunch of times and he appears. Like seriously, some of y'all have the power to just think or say someone's name or think of someone and they just literally appear. And no matter how many times it happens, it still like spooks you out or something. Like that could be for someone very specific. Um, hmm. Or maybe even a family member, like a family member that you think about or talk about that maybe you're in no contact with or that you don't like. And it's like the minute you think about them or just mention them, it's like, boom, there they are. And you're like, oh my fuck. Like, no. Okay. So I don't know who that's for. Make sure you're not putting your fears out there a lot or your drama out there a lot, um, because it could be attracting energy vampires as well, or maybe just some kind of weird interactions. Um, I'm seeing you guys manifest, though. I'm seeing you guys manifest like witchy allies, um, a community, maybe even certain spirits that are supporting you. And so, yeah. But there's some sort of attraction. This is interesting because like literally the last live stream I did, I was talking about black cat energy, which is like a dark, feminine type of energy. And then this could even be a part 2 for somebody here from that last live stream. Because I feel like I'm talking to a dark feminine or a dark masculine. But you do have to be careful of which creature you allow into your life or into your soul fam or something, because some creatures are good and some creatures are parasitic. So there needs to be a cleanup, though, with this Gemini energy. You need to clean up your thoughts and you need to clean up your words. And replace your thoughts and words with things you actually want, or people you actually want, or something. Some of you may need to be doing some kind of mirror work. Maybe you need to look in a mirror and say your own name 5 times or something. Call your name back from something in particular, or a person. I'm seeing like a group here, and I'm seeing wolves and bats. And your people are going to be these wolves. Okay, these wolves, I don't know if you can see them in the background. They're like white fur wolves. That's going to be your soul tribe, because all of you guys, see, they're howling. You need to notice like who feels like wolves. Because all of you guys are like howling in harmony in a way. Like this could be very metaphorical, symbolic, but these are your people. But the bats in your group, the bats are up in the attic, flying around, fluttering around in some sort of drama energy. And you need to engage with the people that are going to nourish you or actually support you or that are actually aligned with you. And you're going to have to block or mute out the ones that just feed on chaos and drama. Because some of you, again, you're attracted to some sort of darkness, or you're a dark feminine or dark masculine. And there's nothing wrong with that aesthetic or that energy, because there's dark and light. We need both, right? But there's some people that are attracted to that aesthetic or that energy or that lifestyle, or maybe even attracted to the left-hand path. And they seriously only feed on chaos and drama. But that doesn't mean everyone is going to be like that. Okay? So huge discernment on some sort of like group or soul family setting or community. And if this isn't something that's going on now, this is definitely future energy that I'm picking up on. This is present or future. So yeah, make sure you're summoning the right types of people into your life here. And you need to call in your own name or your own power, your own truth, maybe your own tribe, something. Or this is what you are pulling in. But that's what I'm getting for this reading. I guess I'll title this like the super full moon in Gemini, which I had planned on doing a astrology forecast soon anyways, but I think we're already in the super full moon in Gemini. So that's really funny that the twins come out. So like I said, I could even be talking to someone that has Gemini in their chart. Chicago could be a confirmation. I believe Candyman is like about or around Chicago. What was The Shining in? Was that Colorado? I haven't seen The Shining since I was a kid, so I don't remember. Yeah, Colorado. So Colorado could even be significant for somebody here. California. California, Romania, Europe could be a confirmation for somebody. Someone could be eating candy, and that's a confirmation. Someone could be seeing bees or bee symbolism as a confirmation, wolf symbolism as a confirmation. Dracula movies in general could be a confirmation. Cutting wood, like chopping wood or cutting wood, could be a confirmation for somebody else. Someone could literally be a twin. Or some of you could have a sister that is projecting onto you. That could be for somebody else. Or maybe a sister is trying to pull you into some sort of old energy or old pattern. I don't know. That could be for somebody else as well. Different messages for different people. Use your own intuition to intuitively feel which message is for you. And whatever's not, leave for the other person. I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Like I said, I plan on doing multiple readings today. So I'll see you guys here in just a few minutes.